Baby bus!
Let's go, Sheriff Labrador!
Where are Mr. Piggums and his son? One Monday morning, just after Sheriff Labrador had arrived at the Forestville police station, he noticed Mrs. Piggums hurriedly enter in.
Sheriff Labrador, I need your help. My husband and my son are missing. They disappeared on their way to kindergarten.
What? They're missing?
Mrs. Piggums described the situation, her eyes red from crying.
The teacher called me and asked why little Piggums was absent today. But my husband drove little Piggums to school an hour ago, so I've been calling him nonstop, but can't seem to get through. I'm worried sick.
Don't worry, Mrs. Piggums. There's no case that I can't solve. I will help you find Mr. Piggums and little Piggums.
Sheriff Labrador's dark, round eyes glistened with a flash of light.
Let's check the traffic camera footage from your house to the kindergarten. Maybe we can find something useful. Mrs. Piggums, what does your car look like, and what's the license plate number?
Okay. It's a white car, and the license plate number is Pig-1039.
Sheriff Labrador immediately pulled the camera footage. And soon, they saw from the video that Mr. Piggums was driving his white car from the residential area to the kindergarten at a very high rate of speed.
Hold on. Here.
All of a sudden, Sheriff Labrador immediately pressed the pause button.
Look. When his car reached this point, it suddenly turned onto Deja Street instead of turning left to go to the kindergarten. And then it just disappeared.
Oh! What in the world could have happened?
Don't worry, Mrs. Piggums. Let's go check out Deja Street right now.
Sheriff Labrador and Mrs. Piggums rushed over to Deja Street. Then they saw a warning sign at the intersection that read, "No entry, road work ahead." Next to the warning sign, a single white car sat parked off to the side, with its windows and doors open, but no animals inside.
This is my husband's car!
But where are little Piggums and Mr. Piggums?
Mrs. Piggums plopped down on the ground, and her mind began to race with all sorts of terrible possibilities.
This is awful! They've probably been robbed and kidnapped.
Wait!
Sheriff Labrador furrowed his brow and looked around the car with a piercing gleam in his eyes.
There's no sign of damage on the outside of the car and no sign of struggle inside. Also, Mr. Piggums' wallet is still here. Looking at this scene, it does not appear that there was a robbery or a kidnapping. It's more like Mr. Piggums left the car here and hurried away with little Piggums.
Huh? But why did my husband park his car here instead of taking little Piggums to kindergarten? Little Piggums was already running late for class.
Running late?
Mrs. Piggums was on the verge of tears. Then a sudden thought seemed to occur to Sheriff Labrador. He quickly opened the map app on his phone.
Oh, yes! I got it. They can reach the kindergarten quickly if they cut through Deja Street. Maybe Mr. Piggums took the shortcut to the kindergarten with little Piggums to avoid being late.
Oh, that explains it.
Sheriff Labrador's dark round eyes glistened with a flash of light.
But this isn't good. The road ahead is closed due to construction work. Mr. Piggums and little Piggums may have run into trouble on Deja Street.
Sheriff Labrador asked Mrs. Piggums to call 911 immediately, and then he ran to Deja Street instantly. The noise of backhoes at work grew louder and louder. Dust flying about the air caused Sheriff Labrador to cough nonstop. The construction crew was working hard, kicking up the dust in the air. Bulldozers and backhoes clanged. Sheriff Labrador quickly waved at the construction team, asking them to halt.
Stop! Stop work now, please!
Huh? Sheriff Labrador, what's wrong?
This is a working construction site!
It's dangerous here!
Oh, Sheriff Labrador, why are you here?
Sheriff Labrador quickly explained the situation, and the workers volunteered to help